Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about boycott Israel and how Muslims boycotting Israel and American brands that support Israel. For example, in India, this is the list. There are more items obviously. Store Sandals, Elita Hari, TNT Clothing, Zomet Safarim, Eva Labish, Cassidy Castro, and so on. In Indonesia, Indonesians have been boycotting McDonald's and Starbucks offer support for Israel, as well in Jordan, I'm sorry. Jordanians boycott American brands offer support for Israel. Also the same, McDonald's and Starbucks mainly. Now, I want to talk about boycotting business. I'm not an expert in economy, but there are a few things people do not understand and do not know. Maybe they just don't realize. First, boycotting rarely works. Only there were a couple of occasions when boycotting actually worked. For example, if you remember the case with Bud Light, when they were using Dylan Mulvaney as their spokesperson, a transgender, and the backlash was so bad, and the company, I believe, lost 31% or 33% of their shares value. Another one was Target, not as bad as Bud Light, but good thing Target realized. So Target stated they had to pause, adapt, and learn because they were selling products for transgenders. The backlash was almost as bad. But anyway, by boycotting these products, like our companies, Muslims don't realize they're actually hurting their own economy. In Indonesia or Jordan, when they boycott McDonald's or Starbucks, let's say if if this works, McDonald's and Starbucks will close their business. And what's going to happen? If they lose a lot of business, they have to close the stores. And tens of thousands of people will lose jobs. And you have to understand, in Jordan, for example, just let's say there are 20 Starbucks, but there are thousands of people working there because they have headquarters, they have logistic, right? They have the warehouse, right? So not only the stores may be only 30 people per store, but there are more behind the scene. In Indonesia, there are hundreds of Starbucks, hundreds of McDonald's. If they close all of that, all of those stores, then hundreds of thousands lose jobs. And in Indonesia and Jordan, who will lose jobs most? The Muslims, because most of the workers are Muslims. So if they boycott McDonald's in USA or in Canada, some of the workers also Muslims, and it's going to be bad for the economy too because it will affect the job market. When tens of thousands of people lose their job, hundreds of thousands of people lose their job, it will affect the economy. Now, I wanted to make this video actually a couple of weeks ago, but I waited for another couple of weeks just to see something. This is what I want to show you. The shares of Starbucks. Now, when you see today, they're losing money. The last 5 days, they lose $1.85. But The call for the boycott was over a month ago. When we see the shares in the past 1 month, it gained about 10%, just over 10%. It's about $9.49 here, it says. So this is what this shows you boycott rarely works. Now let's go to McDonald's. In the past 1 day, this is today, it gained $1.44. 5 days, it gained $7.48. In the past 1 month, it gained over 10% as well, which is translate to $25.72. Now, I'm not an expert in economy, but I only go with numbers, history, statistic. That's how I learn. We can learn by with through numbers and statistic. And statistics and numbers, they don't lie. They don't lie. I want to show you a couple of Sikh who are actually opposing the boycott. One is Faris Al Hamadi, and the second one Asim Al Hakim. Asim Al Hakim actually is not opposing, but he's not encouraging people to boycott Israel, or because he was giving an example where when Prophet Muhammad was waging war against one tribe, the business between Muslims and that tribe was still going on as usual. Business as usual. So that's what he was. Well, Al Hakim is not that smart, right? He's not that smart, but anyway, he gave an example how Prophet Muhammad did not boycott just because. And Sheikh Faris Al Hamadi, if you listen to his video, I just listened before I made this actually, and he's talking the same way like me. By boycotting those companies, Muslims hurting themselves at the end. He voiced similar opinion like mine, like me. Anyway, that's all from for today. That's all from me for today, and hopefully this will help expand your mind. This video will help you expanding your mind. And God bless you all. Have a nice life.